YouTube. Look at this guy.
Oh.
So, somebody didn't get up in time, so he did not get on the bus this morning, so we got taken to school. Why didn't you get up on time?
I tried.
It's not his fault. We woke up late. So, today's going to be another one of those, what are we getting into today type situation. So, first off, we're taking him to school. Then, you're just going to have to wait and see what we get into. But, we are working on something that we haven't worked on before. Or, well, not on here anyway. So, stay with us, see what we're doing. First stop was dropping Chris off. Second stop this morning, we're going to go to McDonald's, get something to eat. We ain't been to McDonald's in a minute, so we're gonna go get something to eat, and then we're gonna head on over to start working this morning. So let's get me something to eat here. All right, so y'all know where we're at. Y'all been here before with me, but we are at JR shop. We're gonna go in here and we're going to work on the Nova. So let me get in here and I'll show you what we're doing. All right, y'all. So I'm gonna talk kind of quiet because it echoes in here. I don't want to disturb nobody else. There's what we're working on. Let me show you. So he just had a transmission done on this thing and the converter's too tight in it. So we're going to pull the transmission back out of this thing. Got the converter bolts out already. We gotta take this one bolt out. Other than that, this exhaust will drop down. And we already took the drop shaft out of it. So get this transmission out so he can send this converter off and get it fixed. So let's get to work. All right, y'all. We got the Nova back on the ground. Transmission's over here. Got the converter out of it. Doing that because that fluid's pretty new. And then now we are putting in digital dash for this thing. It goes back in the factory location, bolts in. We're gonna start taking sensors out now. So water temp, oil temp, run the lines, start hooking everything up. Comes with a control box, tells you where to hook in everything, power, ground. So let's get to it. Yeah, this thing's pretty cool. It tells you everything, like your sensor for your oil is there, sensor for your water, tells you where to put everything, and also their cheat sheet is really good. Sorry, I thought somebody was walking up here, but cheat sheet works really good. So we got the oil and the water hooked up. We got the switch hooked up, which I'm not entirely sure what it does. I went to read, but I hooked it up because of what it says. I'll let you know as I go on it. We're going to hook, we got to do a ground, a chassis ground. We got to do constant power, ACC. So I'm pretty sure I know where I'm going to get the constant. Pretty sure I know where I'm going to put the ground. Just got to use my meter and get the ACC power for when the switch is on. And then we should be good. So and then we can hook it up, put the dash back in, and put the dash back in the hole, and hook up the cable from here to the dash, and we should be good. So it's also good on here. We can do everything. He's actually gonna have somebody put a painless in it, so they'll hook in a lot of this stuff, the left and right, the high beams, all that stuff. So is what it is. So let's get this put the rest of the way in, and get it working for him today. All right, y'all, so we got his dash in. We got to put back in. I've not pulled that stuff off yet, so it is what it is. The instructions on this is very simple. I did have to take the bolts out of the steering, drop the column down to get it to set back in because the digital dash is thicker. So now we're gonna hook up the cable piece and we're gonna turn on, see what happens. All right, so now we're working on his brake switch, and what this is going to do is it's going to be used for his lockup. So this thing comes with instructions depending on, this is when you mash the brake pedal. When you mash the brake pedal, it mashes the button. This is the one when you mash the brake pedal, it lets off the button. So we're doing this one because that's how his is set up. So this is detailed instructions. You got your, you don't use that one. This is your 12-volt main. This goes out to your brake switch. So what I'm gonna do, and then you got a jumper that goes from this one over to this prong here. So what we're done is we got, this is gonna be your 12-volt source, and then it's gonna jump down to that piece, and then that will go out to your module on your transmission for your lockup. And then these will go into your main 12 volt, because this is a 12 volt that jumps up to this 12 volt. That'll go to your brake switch, that'll go to your module. So we'll go ahead and get this in here and set up how it needs to be. I got this wire right here that comes out of the transmission, or transmission hole. We gotta run through the carpet and run it up to the switch. So let's get to it. All right, y'all, let's turn this dash on and see what it looks like.
You good?
Look at there. Fuel gauge isn't calibrated, but. There you go, y'all. Make sure we ain't got no leaks or anything. It's completely stock, it's just got a plug wire off, right? Well, I'm back home. It's raining. We got something else to work on. Here's what it is. So on that Nova, when we put that dash in, one thing that it wants you to do is the dash does not illuminate everything. The way it says to do it is to run a wire from the positive side of your park light switch. So when you turn your park lights on, the dash comes on, right? What we did is we ran a jumper wire from the accessory power, because when you wire it up, you got your 12 volt power, your accessory power, and then your ground. So we run a jumper wire from the accessory power to that piece that lights up. So that way, when you turn the key on, it lights the dash up, which I like a lot better. Also, one other thing that I did notice on that is whenever you hook everything up, your tack wire for your tack, obviously, but it's okay, I'll just make sure we got this thing in here again. Your tack wire is, it says in the instruction booklet, because I read it and JR read it too, because you know, it says to hook it up to the negative side. I've never seen that. Could be wrong. Somebody else might have seen it before. I haven't. But it says to hook it up to the negative side. So that's what we did. It didn't work. So we took it back off, and I touched it over. I held it over on the positive side while he started it, and sure enough, it worked just fine. So for some reason, it says to hook it to the negative side, but if you do one of those dashes, don't. Hook it to the positive side and be done with it. But just a couple little tips there to get it to, if you want the dash lights to come on all the time, instead of just when you turn your park lights on, then just run a jumper wire from the ACC wire over to, or your, I guess your ignition wire is what you would call it, key switch wire, over to that. That way when you turn key switch on, it comes on. And then the coil thing, like I said, I don't know why I said that. Whatever, it is what it is. But I had all this time today. It's cool to get to work on stuff like that. It's cool to get to work on stuff like this. And we got more stuff coming. That actually, the blower come from the same people. So anyway, appreciate y'all watching. See ya.